trying to give everybody a chance to get back in here. Nice try, Nick. But I'm still going to do this stream, boo. Nice try. Okay. Nice try, sir. It's still getting done, boo-boo. And I'm going to give everybody a chance to get back in here. Nope. Still getting done, baby. I'm sorry. Oh, yes. It's still getting done. I know he probably, he's liked some of my posts before. He follows me. He follows things I do. He won't tell nobody that publicly. Y'all will be surprised the amount of celebrities that keep tabs on me and follow my stuff, but they're too afraid to say anything out loud because of my ideals. So I know he probably seen this. I know it was his ass that did that. I don't care, sir. I'm still gonna let it be known because I cannot let you be out here spreading this BS. I just cannot. When it comes to these kids and all these young people that you got influence over, oh, we are gonna break this down. Trust and believe. Matter of fact, now I'm gonna go in even more on your ass. How about that? Hold on, let me hold on, y'all. I'm trying to reshare the links so that people can find it. Hold on, y'all. I'm re-putting this on my story so that everyone can get on. Let me delete that. So now I'm wondering, is it going to still keep up the part of the stream I already did? Or is it going to delete it? I think it's going to keep everything up till then. I still see it up there. So I don't know if we have to start over. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to proceed with audio only. Okay. We're going to proceed with audio only on this. And we'll just set this video as like a part 2. Yeah, it's still there, so we should be all right. It's still there for now. We'll see. We will see. We gonna see. Okay. Oh. Sorry, y'all. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay. So for those of you who are just coming in, we are reacting to a recent Nick Cannon interview, okay, on the Breakfast Club. The reason why we are reacting to it is because Nick has a young audience and he is promoting extremely dangerous ideals to people, to his young audience, that can ultimately get them hurt and hurt the people we care about the most, which is what? The kids. So when we have people spreading information that can hurt children, we speak up. Okay? Y'all get back in the stream. Please like the stream. Please share the stream so people can know that we are still here. They ain't stopping nothing. If you want to see what happened prior, the part 1 is still up with Nick Cannon. Y'all better go watch it while you can, because I know it ain't but a matter of time before YouTube try to strike it and take it down. So y'all might want to get it while you can. We are going to proceed. I am going to show you. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the super chats. And if you guys would like to, If you guys would like to support content, you can do so there as well. I put that information. Now, before we got cut off, Nick was speaking about how basically he don't care if people judge his relationship because he keeping it real with them. Okay. So we're going to start off from there. So they're basically asking him, like, how do you have all these women going on? How you doing all this cheating? Okay, is what they asked him. Thank you so much for the Cash App, Lucifer. Oh my God, what a generous Cash App. Oh my God. Thank you. He says, where'd it go? Oh, he just said 4 with the fist. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's see. Let's share this. All right. Now. Oh, hell no.
I found, like, if I ever felt like I was going to be stepping out or doing this, then it's like I'm sitting here lying anywhere.
No, that's real. That's the reason I stopped cheating. To be totally honest, you know what I'm saying?
I again, cheating is even such a word, because if I go into this situation, and whether you want to put terms on it, all type of labels and stuff, but if you know that I can say like monogamy or one person and one person, that's difficult for me. I can't do that. I did that very well within my marriage, but I'd be lying if I would say that I was sitting in that situation and another woman never crossed my mind.
Does it make you crazy when people, when they judge your relationship online? Like, I remember you just had your recent baby and you were in the strip club with me, and people were like, how is he in the strip club when he just had a baby an hour ago?
Oh, that's what we were talking about. Listen. When a child is brought into this world, this child is brought into this world with an equal responsibility between the woman and the man. Okay? For the first 4 to 6 weeks of that child's life, that child is hanging by a thread. It can't hold his own head up. Its skull is still soft. There's a lot that goes on. The mother is very sore, very fatigued. This woman just almost died to bring this child into this world. It is so disrespectful for your child to be born and the next day you're in the strip club again with who? The hoes, which goes back to what we talked about before, how these men say, oh, it's just puss and I don't care about that. No, what we said, y'all will risk it all for them. Then you're having a baby and going into the strip club in the middle of a pandemic. The day after your child is born. And envy is going there with him. See how we talk about how men do not hold other men accountable in fatherhood, which is why there are so many deadbeat fathers. Let me tell you something. Women hold each other accountable in motherhood. Boy, we will talk about another woman like a dog if she don't do right by her kids. You hear me? The reason why you do not see deadbeat mothers anywhere near to the degree in which you see deadbeat fathers is if that was a woman that had a baby and the next day was trying to go to the club, her friends would have been like, this girl just had a baby and trying to go to the club. No, ma'am. We would have talked about her like a dog. As women, we cannot abandon our children and say, well, they daddy tripping. Okay, we can't abandon our children and say, well, they're better off without me because I ain't got no money and they tripping. And we can't do that. And the main reason why we can't do that is because most of the time we won't have no friends after that. Women, we do not play that game when it comes to motherhood. It couldn't have been me. I'm not going to the club with you and you had your baby yesterday. Absolutely not. And I'm going to talk about you like a dog and I'm going to judge you. Call me Judge Judy. So men have to step up and have that same standard toward one another. No, I'm not going to the strip club with you and your child came into the world 24 hours ago. I'm not. You need to be home helping and monitoring your child and doing your part. Y'all can't wait 6 weeks and not see no hoes. that you claim are not that big a deal and you claim you don't care about? Y'all can't, a month or some change? You can't stay away from the hoes? My.
That's just, I was time management.
Now this fool say time management. Remember I told y'all how this is the point in the video in which the lying just begins to become out of control. This fool is about to lie like a rug. He finna lie like a cheap perm from this point on in this video. Thank you for the super chat, Ron's H. He said the video you made about men father their children based on how they feel about the mother is 100. We can see this example being played out with the Future and BM Brittany recently. Big facts. Big facts. Men father their children based upon how they feel about the mother, and that's on that. You have a few men who are the exceptions to the rule, but in the majority of men, they will father them kids based upon what they feel about their mom.
Doesn't, because I don't really, it's a lot of noise. You know what I mean? That's when I talk about the frequencies. Like when you operate on a certain frequency, you usually don't hear the noise. Sometimes it gets up there and then you deal with it. So I don't, the clutter, that I don't really deal with that. But when someone asks me that question, I literally say, man, watch how I move. Like, is anybody complaining? Is anybody, do my children look like they're not well behaved, or in a space where there's suffering or any lack emotionally, physically, whatever it is? So I feel like I'm doing the job to the best of my ability, and it's all based on love. So I know people want.
Sir, if any of your children do look clean and well behaved, it's not because of you, because you're not raising them. Also, your children are young. See, now that my child is a teenager, I'm gonna tell you guys this. I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. This parenting thing gets harder the older you get, the older them kids get. All your kids are still little. They haven't even developed concept yet. Wait until these kids get teenage, young adult years when they can comprehend and read about this stupid stuff you've been saying on the internet, and they see that you intentionally made their lives hell and broken while you try to shovel money their way as much as you can to try to compensate for your lack of presence and your lack of responsibility. See, y'all think parenting is hard when kids are still little. No, they don't understand things yet. Wait till these kids get into their teenage, young adult years where they start understanding. And that is when your children will hold you accountable for your actions. And when your kids get to that point, they're going to either revere you or resent you. But the truth come out about your parents in your teenage years. Your child is either going to say, damn, my parent has been there for me. They've loved me no matter what. They've took care of me. Or they're going to see this parent could have did better with this. It could have did that. They ain't do this. They're going to know. They're not going to know. They're going to know. They're not going to know. They're going to know. They're going to know. So yeah, Nick, your kids are little right now. But sweetie, baby, don't get it twisted. When your kids get older, they are going to hate you. Have y'all ever witnessed people that have fathers that have kids with a whole bunch of kids with a whole bunch of women? They always hate the fathers. Then the kids end up hating the mom for having children with this man that had all these kids all over the place. I've never seen that work out well for any man. Think about the Rolodex of people you know in real life. This is why we got to talk to people. Talk to people that have fathers that had a bunch of kids by a bunch of different women. They never, ever, ever are happy about it. And those people grow up and be angry, hate their mom, hate their dad, might hate men, hate women because of their fathers doing that. It's all fun and games when your kids are 2 and they watching Coco Melon with Capri Sun. And as long as you come over with a fidget spinner and an iPad, they're happy. Yeah, it's all cool then. Wait till your kids grow up and they are literally going to hate you. Mark my words. Let's continue.
People have opinions, but people have opinions about everything, and it's like, and they always say, lions don't lose sleep over the opinions of sheep, because sheep will never understand how a lion.
Sir, you are not a lion in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Cut the ish, sir. Lions don't lose opinions over. You lost opinions over the opinion. You lost sleep over the opinions of them rabbis that came for you. Oh, now all of a sudden it's lions. When it's in regard to your children, now all of a sudden it's lions don't lose sleep over their opinions of sheep. Oh, but when them clear folks came for you with them things on their head, oh, you cared about that. You was on your knees. You was on your knees looking up, mouth open, ready to take the load. Oh, now all of a sudden, I'm a lion. Boy, shut your, yeah, you, boy.
So I'm going to just continue to be on my path and on my journey. And people, I know that it's funny. You ever see the book, the self-esteem prophecy?
Yeah, I love that book.
Where they talk about.
Kendrick, you put me on that book.
Yeah, like the energy.
Energy. You can see people's aura.
Yeah, you see, and the current, like energy is currency. So people want to, in that book, they talk about, they call it interrogators. And I was like, I used to use the word haters a lot, but it's like, it's not hate, it's interrogation, because that's how they get your energy.
Sir, nobody wants your energy. What we want is for you not to be ruining all these innocent children's lives. That's what we want. The reason why people are interrogating you is because you are literally committing child abuse. Do y'all understand that when you are intentionally going out, creating all of these broken households, creating all these children that you can never be there for, that is abuse. That is why they're interrogating you, Nick. It's not that anyone is hating on you. Anybody wants your energy. We don't want your energy. We want your energy to go towards all these children you're making in broken homes and counting. I cannot stand when people be doing straight BS and then be like, they hating on me. No one's hating on you. Literally nobody. Raise your hand if you're hating on Nick Cannon. Raise your hand if we have any incentive whatsoever to hate on Nick Cannon. What is there to hate on? That we ain't gonna be on child support for 12 kids? And what I talked about before is this is what Nick life gonna end up becoming. Because let me tell you about something about these Instagram thoughts and wilding out girls and these types. Okay, those type of chicks require validation at all times. Okay, they will get whatever surgery, makeup, whatever to be attractive. And as long as a woman can make herself look highly attractive and highly desirable, there will be a man there present somewhere. So Nick's legacy is literally going to, because let me tell you something, all these women that he having these kids with, because they try to play it cool for a little bit until they time come where they can go ahead and get them some child support and go ahead and take that mask off, because any woman laying down with this man and letting him shoot up their club is trash, period. She's trash. I don't need to know who she is. I don't need to know her background. This man ain't none of y'all man. Y'all are not in a relationship with none of y'all in a relationship with him. None of y'all are married to him. And all of y'all are sitting here letting this man shoot your club up. You're all trash. This man don't belong to any of y'all. Y'all, this is not a relationship y'all are in with this man. So that tell me they trash. So what's going to end up happening with Nick is he is going to not only end up taking care of all these children, or I'm sorry, financially, I can't say taking care, because finances is the smallest part of taking care of a child. Okay. Not only is he going to end up doing that, thank you for the super chat, Lucifer. He says them chicks need to be held accountable too. And you know what? We're going to do a different stream on them. Brittany Renner. I'm going to do a different stream on that. That's going to be an entirely different conversation. But we have to separate the two, because the role and responsibility of the man and the woman are very different in these scenarios, and they cannot be discussed in the same space. So we will discuss the women, but not in this video. Okay. So Nick is going to end up having to pay for these chicks, these kids, and their men. I'll tell y'all what's going to happen. These girls, they're trash. They're going to be known forever as Nick Cannon's baby mama. So their only option is going to be one of two things. To either, one, get pregnant by another athlete or rapper or someone else so they can have more income coming in, so they won't never really need to get married or need a man, because regardless, if they, and that's why most of these chicks tend to catch babies by more than one celebrity, because once you have a baby by one celebrity, now you're kind of known as this celebrity's baby mama. Other men know that. They know you're trash. They don't take you seriously. So most of those women, their only hope to secure the bag is to get them another baby by another celebrity. Their other option is to get with a guy that does not have nearly as much money, so that the guy will be with them, because now this other man's income will be supporting the household. So that way the man gets to sleep with the big booty, wilding out girls, super Instagram girl models, while not having to be financially responsible. Those are these girls' only two options. In either way, shape, or form, he is going to end up having another man in the bed with his baby mama, wiggling his toes with a robe on, eating Cheez-Its and sweet tea in a California king-size bed that she bought with his child support money, in a nice home that she's paying the mortgage with his child support money. That is going to be the story of Nick. Because if you all think for a second that these chicks are going to sit and not talk to no other men, be with no other men, and just wait for their turn for Nick to make his rounds to come check on them and their kids, you are crazy. Oh, it is going for sure that to be another man in that house. Big old facts. See, these kids are still young, so Nick thinks this is fun right now, because they probably all still kind of playing house. Okay, they all still kind of playing, the women are all still competing on, well, he gave me a baby. Oh, well, he gave me one too. Well, he was here 3 days last week. Oh, well, he was with me 4 days. The girls are probably all still in that mode. They're probably still in that mode where they might even still sleep with him, might still be playing a game, but that's going to get old, and it's going to get old quick. And when they get old, they're going to be ready to have a man in that house with them. And guess who's going to be footing the bill? Y'all want to take a guess? Who going to foot that bill? This guy. Sir, did you think this all the way through? Do you understand that another man is going to be in the house of all these kids? You have daughters. So now, not only do you have to keep track of all these women and all these kids, but now you got to sit and try to monitor and vet the men that will be in the home with your kids. Guess who is the one majority of the time that abuse or molest someone's kids? The boyfriend. Look at what just broke with Brother Polite. These girls let you shoot their club up. These are clearly not women with standards and good judgment or discernment. So what are you going to do when Pookie and Ray Ray is in the house that you pay for, scratching his butt with your daughter in the next room that he has full access to, and you're too busy with 8 other kids in different states that you cannot even bear to protect your daughter? Have you not thought that far ahead? Have you not thought about this is 8 women? That means that's at least 8 other men that you will have to keep in check around your kids. Good luck.
They want to dissect it. They want to have an opinion on it. They want, and I'm like, oh, you can interrogate all along. You know, when you've ever been arrested before, you sit back and you remain calm. You let the interrogators interrogate, but you never let them break your cool. You never let them break your stride, and you stick to your...
Break your cool. Sir, we are talking about real human lives. We don't care about your cool. Nobody is talking about breaking your cool. We are talking about real people.
the story, you live your truth. And they're going to do what they do, and they're going to go out the room, and they're going to come back with some new shit. Like, people want to interrogate my scenario constantly. So I'm not really moved by it because they're just trying to rob me of my energy. So
you think it's a coincidence that Nick Cannon is NC and No Condom is NC? You think that is a coincidence or is that divine?
Hey, I like that. I like that. You know what I mean? Obviously.
That's not funny. Let me tell y'all something. AIDS is real. Herpes is real. STDs are real. That's not funny. It ain't nothing to joke about and nothing to laugh about. It is not funny. You can seriously die out here playing these type of games. I don't know why he laughing. What's so funny about that?
The jokes are hilarious, and Wildin' Out, which comes out this week. Well, on the 10th. There's a whole we got a lot of that going.
Oh, I know they didn't let up off that.
Yeah, no, that's all it is. I mean, we shooting real husbands right now too. That's when y'all see that it is what it is. But contrary to popular belief, I do wear condoms.
That's a damn
Nigga,
lie.
please.
No, you don't.
That's a damn lie.
Why?
Listen.
What reason do we have to believe that?
And don't put out the condom in, 'cause don't.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You know what? I just thought about something. Hold on. This is what I meant to show y'all when our stream got shut off. So, do y'all remember when Nick said, when Charlemagne asked Nick, and he said, well, what do you think what people are saying about you? You know what I'm saying? When you got all these chicks and and they don't know about each other and you cheating. And Nick said, oh no, they all know about each other. He said, oh no, I know what they all know about each other. I've been very honest with them. Oh, really? Did you now? Okay, let's look at something. Let's look at something. Let me cue this up. I got this queued up. Oh, really, Nick? So you said, I noticed that you said that all your women know about each other. You said that you are honest with them all, so it's not cheating. Let me tell y'all something. Whenever a man is juggling multiple women and he says that it's cool because they all know and he's honest, no, they're not. No, they're not. Oh, they're lying to someone. Oh, someone's getting some lies. So it's very interesting, Nick, because if you're being honest with them all, then could you do me a favor and let me know what this is? Because it's not what I heard. Okay.
It was so amazing and powerful.
Just walk away. You really mean it. I didn't mean it the other times, but this time I meant it. So it was kind of easy. My mind was like, all right, we're going to do this. And it made it really good to be surrounded by good loved ones and people who every single day reminded me not to go back.
Now, people have said that Brittany Bell is crazy. I mean, this is what I hear. I seen her one time at a buffet. I was trying to get crab legs, didn't really get to know her. I on the outside just kind of look at how the announcement came out as really shady. You're not angry? Like, there's no sense of like you have the right to be mad, right?
I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm so disattached from it. And it would be a different thing if I still wanted the relationship, but I don't. So I'm not upset with it. I'm very clear about my feelings are not attacked.
For those of you that don't know, this is, now I'm not sure if her and Nick actually had a baby, but I do know that she was pregnant by him at one point. And I want to say she miscarried. I don't know if she already had one or not, but this interview is about she was his girlfriend and about how she found out about one of the babies that he was having through Instagram. Let's listen. Now, y'all just heard Nick say, well, you know, it's the women that choose and they all know about each other. And I'm living my truth. And I live my truth. And I can't, it's not cheating because I told them. Really?
Attached anymore. Had my feelings been attached, I'm sure this would be a different interview. It's just not the case for me. When I said those soul ties have been severed on behalf of me and him, emotionally, I'll always care for him. But it's matured. You know,
but initially, weren't you like? That's now, but initially, when you saw
initially,
I was
so concerned about him and I and what was about to happen with our relationship, because you have to understand, me and him for the first time ever,
we're good.
We're happy and we were getting along. We learned how to have arguments, disagreements. We have really got through all of our growing pains, you know. And then all of a sudden, it was like, this is where I'm going, and my ancestors were like, no, you're not. So it came out of nowhere. So I was really trying to what's going to happen with him and I. Even during my birthday, I would leave and go away to go to the bathroom and cry. I had to get a lot together. So I wasn't able to really process all of it.
But in the alternate universe, then, if Nick had written a post that's beautiful and declarative as the one that you had written, and had put a stake in the ground, this is my woman, don't talk to her like that, I stand with her. It almost feels like you guys would still be together right now.
Well, you know, you have to, I'm not taking up for him by any means.
Right.
But you have to understand, the woman's pregnant. That is the mother of his children.
But you had just lost yours.
I know, but...
No, but you had just lost yours.
I know this.
So
I understand that, but he's not going to do that. He has a child. He loves...
You see how when men are this manipulative, how they manipulate the women and the women begin to develop a form of Stockholm syndrome. Imagine this. You are pregnant. You miscarry, which I can only imagine how painful that is as a woman. You miscarry, and before your uterine lining can heal, you're scrolling Instagram and you see this man has another woman pregnant. As you have lost your child, this man goes publicly on Instagram announcing that he is having a child with someone else. I cannot imagine that pain. That pain has to be, what's worse as a woman? I don't think there's anything worse. I don't think there's any worse pain that you can be put through as a woman than that. I commend sis for holding it together, because that right there could break a woman. And I find it very interesting. So maybe, Nick, are you saying that you tell the truth to the women that matter to you? Because I find it strange that the only non-racially ambiguous, Negroid, clearly non-disputable person that you have a baby with that's Black is the one that you screwed and disregarded so royally. I find that interesting, but let's continue.
That for you doesn't take away from his respect.
He made his decision, though, and that was his decision, and I totally can understand it. And because I am an aunt and I love children, I understand the dynamic. I really do. Like I said before, I'm not saying that he shouldn't have stood up for me. He should have. He should have found a way to do it, and he chose not to. That was his decision.
If he would have done it,
it's not going to affect me moving forward.
That's what I'm saying. If he would have done it, if he would have stood up for you publicly, would you still be with him?
Absolutely.
I don't know. I really don't.
Yes, you would.
To be honest with you.
Yes, you would. You know why? Because again, women start to develop. These men lie and manipulate so much, like him. Men like him lie and manipulate so much. The women start to low-key almost believe the BS. Even in her mind, she can know it's BS. It can smell like BS, look like BS, but they'll still know. So I just wanted to show y'all that clip real quick, just so that we could literally start to break down the bold-faced lies. This is so dangerous. Okay? Now we are going to continue listening to this fool so that we can continue to debunk this and have a serious conversation that needs to be had about this mindset. Okay? We got to debunk this, guys. We cannot let people like him go around influencing these kids and having them actually listen to this.
Yeah, Matter of fact, what is the brand? Tell us so they can be discontinued.
I keep the gold packs with me, but
well, you need to stop wearing them. That little baggie, something slipping out.
Thank you for the super chat, Chiseled Natty. He says, feminine energy oozing from your pores. Why, thank you so much. My femininity is definitely on fleek. It's on fleek now. Now, it took me some time to get here, but I will say it is fleeking at this point. I appreciate you.
Magnums be breaking though. They do. Okay, so let's go through this process.
Let's talk.
This guy, I wish there was a woman here. I'm pretty sure the comments is going crazy. Now we all go through this. All right. Every relationship starts off with a condom.
Yes.
Correct. So you go into it, right? Right. Then once you feel like you get there's trust.
It's comfortable.
And you get comfortable, and usually in a scenario there's people saying things, whether it's true or not. Oh, you're the only person.
Correct.
Sleeping. There's
So I saw somebody comment and they said, where did it go? They said something about, this, that, and the third, but Black women have a 70% out of wedlock birth rate. And I agree that is very sad, but I also know this. I also know that nature is going to surpass system any day. It's going to. It is in our nature to have children. As men and women, we are geared to reproduce. So again, this is why we have conversations about videos like this, because it becomes a very dangerous thing when men disconnect system from nature. Thank you so much for the super chat, Crystal Fowler. You have to remember, it is always the job of the man to keep system in order. So when you have men like this present day who are bucking from order, organization, and system, nature is going to, our part is nature, their part is system. Okay. So this is why we are having these out of wedlock births, because the only way to stop that would be to not have sex before marriage. But as long as sex is going to be had before marriage, we will continue to have these children out of wedlock. And why is that? That is because nature is always going to do what it do. Okay, it's up to the man to ask the woman to get married. Okay, there is also some women who might feel like, well, damn, I might never get married, but I want to have children. There's so many things behind it. And it's an equal responsibility between both of us. However, as the men being in charge, the men being the leaders, the men being in charge of keeping things logical and healthy and organized and keeping things in order. This is why we have to get on men who sit and say, live your truth. It's very dangerous for men to move like that. Live your truth. Do what you want. Do what makes you happy. Ignore the haters. No, that's not how men are supposed to be wired. Men are supposed to be wired to defend their name, defend their family, defend their territory. A man should never move like, well, I don't care. I'm doing what I want. I don't know. You should care. A man should care about his honor. He should care about what represents him. He should not have a problem. A man should not be led by emotion. Talk about he's talking about, I'm living my truth. No one in any way, shape, or form cares about a man living his truth. Nobody. Raise your hand if you care about if a man living his truth. We don't care. We care about you defending your people, your family, your children, protecting them, keeping order, keeping us, taking the lead, leading your tribe in a positive direction. That's what we care about. We don't want to hear no 40-year-old grown man talk about do what he won't, live his truth. We don't want to hear that. That does nothing for anybody. Okay. So our out of wedlock birth rates are very sad, but this is why we do this type of work, because doing this type of work helps combat that. It helps us have these discussions to get us all back on track, get order back on track, because we have people like this going around telling men, do what you want, live your truth. That is literally the worst advice you can give to men ever.
Equity and knowing like, oh, this is me right here.
Right.
Then in that intimate moment.
So now he's talking about condoms.
We done been to the doctor together. I know what you did.
Sir, y'all have not been to the doctor together. Let's stop. Let's just cut the shit right now. First of all, do y'all know how much bumping and grinding it takes to get pregnant? Okay. You let these people tell it they got pregnant doing it one time, had a little slip up. No. For you to have 8, 9 women pregnant, some of them at the same time, you are not going to the doctor with all of them. No, you're not. You probably didn't go to the doctor with any of them. You're doing a lot of intercourse, because it takes a lot of intercourse to sit and make all them kids. And on top of that, again, these women that you are raw dogging are wild and out models, where their job is to hold up signs and laugh and walk. These women have no talent, no skill. And these are the women that you're saying, well, she looked clean, and you're raw dogging. Spare us that you're using condoms, but they broke. Spare us. Oh, we went to the doctor together. No, you have not. Stop. Just cut the shit. The truth is, you're going out here having reckless, raw sex while shooting up these women's clubs, and God only knows what you are spreading around. Stop capping.
And even though it might not even be, you might not say, oh, I don't take it, because domestic situations, you probably live together, you wake up in the morning, you done used all the condoms from last night, or you might get that one last one that, it is one in the corner of the drawer. Let me put it on. The expiration date may not be, but it breaks.
Right.
Once, however, that first slippage of either you didn't have it, the condom breaks, something you was in the shower and it slipped it or whatever.
Thank you for the super chat. Nick Butler, he says, hi, Six. All apology when entering chat would have been more, but I just bought shares in a pharmaceutical company that promotes women's health after pregnancy, and this live seemed relevant. Well, thank you for the super chat, and congratulations for your investment. We love to see it.
And like, all right, well, we done crossed this threshold now.
So basically what he's saying is he deals with women. He might use the condom once or twice and then he stops. He's saying that he raw dogs multiple women. See, my thing is this. If you're going to be having raw sex, it need to be with one person. That way you ain't got to worry about nothing coming in. And that way, if you're having raw sex with more than one person, you catch something, you don't even know where it came from. Like that help me understand. You having raw sex with this person, that person having sex with someone else. Like, bruh, the diseases. It's the diseases for me. Oh my God. If you're going to be doing it raw, it'd be with one individual. That way you know, all right. Okay. We ain't got to worry. The minute you go to doing it with multiple people, if some cooties do get in there, you don't even know where to start. You don't even know where the cooties came from. You don't know. No, you doing it right. It'd be you doing it with that person only. And y'all ain't got to worry about no cooties creeping in. The minute you do it raw with someone else, now you put everybody at risk for cooties. Sir, you got multiple children that are like the same age. You're not sitting here telling me that you went to the doctor with all these women and all these women were only sleeping with you. And you, man, get out of here.
We don't need them no more.
So,
disease.
Now. And then, and I do say this.
Well, the doctor probably see Nick coming and just get the penicillin shot ready. Like, oh, here he go again. That fool probably got to put antibiotics in bitches' food. Because, bro, there is no way you are doing all that raw dog. And, oh, baby, you're running into something for sure that. For sure. Gross. he probably got a doctor on. Doctor probably is coming to his house, probably like, Doc, happened again. He bends over. Doctor just shoot him in the butt with it. Like, dang, this is the third one in 6 months. Yeah, because this fool playing Russian roulette with his life. Thank you for the super chat, Malevolent Elephant. He says, think about the clubs he shot up that didn't get pregnant by chance. Fact, that's what I'm saying. Like, these are the ones that did get pregnant. Not only that, but these are the ones that did get pregnant and kept it. Because y'all know these chicks present day, boy, you know one thing about it, they don't mind terminating a pregnancy. With that A word, boy, you know they don't mind. So these are not only the ones that got pregnant, these are the ones that got pregnant and kept it. So imagine all the clubs you shot off that didn't get pregnant and all the mass shootings you did where they just happened to terminate the pregnancy. Bro, you're disgusting. You are literally disgusting. I know you got that hot Cheeto D. Boy, you got that hot Cheeto right now, that flaming hot Cheeto for sure.
That's why
I would not touch that man with a 10-foot pole. I would not want a lick of a bead of this man's sweat to fall on my body. Okay? I would not want to be in too close of a space where this man has to scoot past me and a follicle of this man's hair touch me. Bruh, do not come near me. You are a walking disease. Ew. I just can't.
No children are ever accidents, because if we make the conscious effort of stepping up and having
unprotected sex, you know the consequences.
You're preparing to have a child. Correct. So anybody I ever had unprotected sex with, I knew, okay, this is someone I wouldn't mind creating life with.
This fool just said, and young brothers, we're having this conversation so that we're just telling y'all this so that y'all know, do not listen to this man. Basically, what we're trying to tell y'all is, do not listen to this man. This man gonna get you messed up. I don't want to hear him say, it's not my job to be these kids' role model and influence. Shut up. Because them same kids and their parents are the ones that got you where you needed to go. Because when you came on the scene with all that, and I remember seeing Nick in Love Don't Cost a Thing. I used to love that movie. Love Don't Cost a Thing was taken in a high school setting. You already have developed that audience, sir. We don't want to hear that. I hate when celebrities say that. Well, it's not my job to be your child's role model. Man, shut up. Because you ain't saying that when you're collecting the coins that them being by you being their role model gets you. When you're collecting the check for these kids that look up to you, it's cool. But in the minute that we ask you not to get on the Breakfast Club and promote reckless sex like it's cool, now all of a sudden it's not my job. Bro, why are you promoting this? Did they put you up to this? This is so disgusting to where now I'm wondering, did them rabbis he was on his knees for, did the elite class, did they come forward and tell you to come start spreading this campaign? Because there's no way that you just woke up and you decided, I'm going to go promote this on the Breakfast Club. It's giving agent. It's giving, did someone put you up to this? Because, bro, there's no way that you're on here doing this. Are you serious? Come on, it's starting to get ridiculous now. Come on now.
And there's emotions and love set up into that. There's ideas of, I have the fortitude, and I'm seeing if this scenario were to happen, I can handle this situation. So every time if I meet somebody, and usually I don't like meeting new people, but I'm 99.9% gonna be strapped up in that sense. I don't drink. I'm under the right sober state of mind every time I go into any sexual activity. So in that sense, it's gonna be protected. But as you get to know people, and because I'm in a situation where, I have a lot of quality relationships, it usually builds into a point where there's no longer doing that. And then we had to make that decision. Like, we're not using condoms. We prepared
But
to
some
have
of
a
your
child.
kids are close to the same age. So that means you slinging dick with no condoms to a couple of girls.
Now,
Thank you.
that it is funny.
Period. Stop. You are You're lying so bad. Young brothers, please do not listen to this. We are telling you, we know he's saying that. We know he got some money, so y'all might think, but we telling y'all this is not it. Do not do this. Oh my God, stop lying. Yes, you are 100% for a fact having unprotected sex with multiple women at the same time. Period. You're disgusting. Period. You deserve whatever you get, and the chicks deserve whatever they get too. All y'all nasty. Well, y'all hoes will sell your soul for a few dollars, boy. You'll risk your life. Y'all hoes would rather risk your life sleeping with trash like this, full of diseases. You would rather risk your life and let this man mass shoot your club up than having an actual talent or skill to secure your own bag and your own money. Blows my mind. That love of money will do it every time. Unbelievable.
Because they start to, as someone who has to see the doctor because of my other
ailments.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Now y'all, hold on. Wait a minute. I just came across. Now y'all remember I talked about before, and I said, is Nick sure that it's lupus that he got? Because for him to just say F it, you know what I'm saying? For him to just say F it and just go around, raw dogging a bunch of bad chicks, which I think is probably the last dying wish and fantasy of almost all men, to be able to go around and raw dog a whole bunch of fine Instagram and wilding out models and shoot up all their clubs. And I imagine that men, like in their fantasy, think about doing that. But of course, who is going to do that for real? It's giving that you already know you got something. You already know you're going to die anyway. So you just said, forget it. So now look at how I'm going to put the screen on so y'all can see what he just said. Look at how he does this uncomfortable thing when he says, my other ailments. Hold on.
Every time if I meet somebody, and usually I don't like meeting new people, but I'm 99.9% gonna be strapped up in that sense. I don't drink. I'm under the right sober state of mind every time I go into any sexual activity. So in that sense, it's gonna be protected. But as you get to know people, and because I'm in a situation where, I have a lot of quality relationships, it usually builds into a point where there's no longer doing that, and then we had to make that decision. Like, we're not using condoms. We prepared.
But some of your kids are close to the same age, so that means you slinging dick with no condoms to a couple of girls.
Now, it is funny because they start to, as someone who has to see the doctor because of my other
ailments.
Yeah, and I probably got a little careless with that because
my spidey senses are going off. Why did you do that, sir? I'm telling y'all, my prediction, there's going to be surviving Nick Cannon documentary. He's spreading something around. These are my predictions. My opinion prediction is going to be a surviving R. Kelly, and all these hoes that thought it was fun and cool. Oh, I'm just going to raw dog him. I'm going to give me some child support. They're going to be crying with that shit because that fool said my other ailments. What other ailments? Sir, what you really got going on, sir? All right, I'm seeing what's going on.
Checking every week because I get my blood taken every week because of lupus. So I usually know where I'm at, and I also.
What about the young lady though?
Usually know. So, and in that scenario, she knows.
Why he keeps saying? You know how you know he's lying because he keeps saying usually. Sir, you cannot usually have an STD. You either have it or you don't. Okay, there ain't no usually nothing. Well, I usually get checked, and I usually get these. Sir, stop. Can you stop? Getting your blood taken for lupus, they are not testing you for AIDS every time they're drawing your blood. Sir, we are talking about STDs. When you are getting your blood drawn for lupus, they're checking on other things. They're not drawing your blood, checking for AIDS and chlamydia and whatever other diseases, sir, and herpes. So you getting your blood drawn, or dude, that's what niggas think. Oh, they drew my blood, so I must be good. No, you have to specifically ask for those tests. You getting your blood drawn because of lupus does not in any way, shape, or form mean they are testing you for other things, sir. Cut the crap. You're gross. You are a super spreader. What the hell?
And I'm like, if someone suggests using a condom, of course, that's what we doing.
This nigga say, if someone I'm starting to get the EBGBs just or stuff like when men talk like this, honestly, it just makes you want to go celibate. It just makes you want to just never have sex again. Like I literally feel like bugs are crawling on me right now. Like, brothers in the chat, do y'all move like this? Like, can y'all tell us now? Is this mentality how a lot of men think and how they moving? Can y'all let us know? Because this honestly scares me. The fact that this man can get on the Breakfast Club and say this, and Negroes is laughing about it, like, yeah, I do the same thing. Is this what y'all doing? Please tell me this is not what's going on. Is it all a lie? Okay, the brothers are saying no. I mean, a few of y'all saying no, but please tell me this is not what's going on. Oh. Sherry says, I work in the field. I'm telling you, yes, they move like this. Oh. Oh my God, this just makes me want to just never do it again. This is what we doing out here. Oh. Oh, y'all don't like my banner up? I can take it off. I mean, calm down. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sister was just trying to get it, a little cash out. My bad. Is this what y'all doing? Malevolent Elephant says, as a man with some money, it'd be tempting to slay everything in my way, but I practice discipline because I got too much to lose. Well, what about the niggas that's broke and don't have a lot to lose? Is that what they doing, y'all? Please, y'all, bro, just tell the truth. Is this how Negroes is moving? Because if Negroes moving like this, I seriously just bury me with my ancestors at this point. And I'm just going to go into hiding. And I want a man to never touch me again if this is what is going on. Because this is just not it at all. This is not it in any way, shape, or form. Thank you for the super chat, Black Cobra. He says, Nick set himself up to be me-too'd. Oh, me too. Oh, yes. Oh, there will be. I said it today, August 18th, 2021 at 9:10 p.m. There will be a Me Too movement for Nick. There will be a surviving Nick Cannon documentary. Big old facts. And when it's all said and done, this man will end up dead or in jail. Big old facts. Okay, that is how it's going to end up. Okay, there ain't no way. Because if he is going around, now he's on this platform admitting that he has raw sex with multiple women, admits that he's going around, slinging it around. So if it do come out, he could be charged with it. That's just a whole nother scenario. You're being sexual with women that are employed by you, that already look bad, that already put you in a bad direction. This is not it. This is not it. He tripping big time. On a serious note, let's continue.
But if this person knows and is just as hygienically sound as I am, then that's usually how it moves. I'm never, yeah, it's not a secret that I have multiple.
Doesn't sound like your penis Doesn't sound like your penis is FDA approved. It sounds like it's authorized for emergency use, but it doesn't sound like it's FDA approved.
However, you see, like I said, I'm the cat that's at the doctor every week, and I was like, I probably, because of that, I probably got to a mindset to where I know I'm not. It's not a gamble with me. The women I interact with, and I don't want to get into too much detail, but it's when it comes to everything from health, I gotta take that probably a little bit more seriously than so I probably take a few more.
You see this is how you know he lied. Everything is, I probably usually take a little bit more probably, and everything, like nothing he says is matter of fact because he's lying. He cannot look at these two men and just look in their eyes and just say, I am safe. This is why he's like, I usually probably, you know, always usually probably. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a real concept with a white man, and I probably usually most of the time probably usually would probably. Like, you understand? It take one time. It take one time, sir. There is no usually probably, maybe usually probably. Young man, don't listen to this. Send this video to every young man.
Even understanding who I'm chemically balanced with and who I'm not chemically balanced with, because my doctors pay a bit more attention. Again, I live a different lifestyle.
This fool said, yeah, and because I usually probably, and I know the women that I'm chemically compatible with, and usually, what? So STDs say, hey, guys, not here. They're chemically compatible. Let's go home. This is the misinformation you're spreading on the Breakfast Club? I'm ready to get this over with.
Than the average person, because I have the wherewithal and the ability, but I also live a very careful lifestyle because.
You know what's so funny about men like this? Is he's doing all this, spreading himself around to all these women. Let me tell you about men like this. This guy right here, them men that think that I have the wherewithal. They don't even know how to truly satisfy a woman. They don't. Okay, because he's so drained spiritually, mentally from all these other women that he laying down with. When he lay down with the next one, these men, it's not even gonna give what it was supposed to give. Men truly don't even sometimes give themselves the opportunity to have good, healthy sex because you're not retaining any semen. You out here sleeping with this girl one day, this girl the next day. None of these women are getting 100%. Men like this tend to be selfish lovers, and in their mind, they think it must be good because the women come back around knowing, but the women you're dealing with are trash. And that explains why you then subconsciously feel like you have to keep sleeping with all these women because you ain't really satisfying one. And for a man to truly feel fulfilled and satisfied in his sex life, he has to know he is really satisfying that woman. And that is not something that she can say by any physical or verbal cues. And some of y'all, what I'm saying right now is going to go so far over your head because you've been taught, fuck bitches, it's male, you a man, you're designed to fuck bitches. You don't even understand the concept of what it is when you truly sexually satisfy a woman. You know why? Again, it won't be anything she says. It won't be any way she looks. It will be felt. It will be a level of conquer and satisfaction in yourself as a man that you will feel. A lot of y'all have never felt that. That's why subconsciously in your basic mind, your solution is, well, I'll just sleep with another one and another one. And I'm just not satisfied with one. So it's not that you are not satisfied with one. She is not satisfied with you. The one that you had, she was not satisfied with you. because you do not know how to sit down and have a healthy sex life with one woman. You have to understand, women are designed, just like you as men are designed not to hurt our feelings. Okay, a man is designed to be more considerate of not wanting to hurt our feelings. They're more designed to want to protect us. Men are not really good with rejecting us because their instinct goes against that. Understand that women are designed not to hurt your feelings sexually. Okay, we are designed that way. We are designed to make you feel good when you're having sex with us. Oh yeah, daddy, it's so good. Oh yeah, baby, it's so big, it's so good. Y'all think because you might got some good size or because you go fast, because you can last long, you think the sex is good, and it don't be. It don't be giving what you think it's giving, because it takes a lot to be able to, it takes focus and intention to really satisfy a woman. So the funny thing about men like Nick is, child, he gonna always deal with trash women who don't care, women with extremely low self-esteem that think that a man having sex with them means that he likes them, or think because a man has sex with them, they know that in that moment where that man has an erection and he wants her. There are so many women where that is the only moment in their life that they ever are desired by a man, is when he has a hard on. These are the women who have no character, no qualities. A man never really desires them as a woman. So even though they are not satisfied and fulfilled, and understand this, sex for the woman, it might feel good in a moment. It might feel good. Okay. It might, okay, it'll do. But what really feel good to that woman is she's like, finally, I'm desired. But the only time she feeling desired is in that few minutes of when a man has a hard on and he is ready to penetrate that woman. A man don't want a woman more than in that moment in any scenario. But when that thing hard and you right there, that man wants it right there, period. There is nothing who can, his phone could ring, this place could catch on fire. In that moment, that man desires that woman more than anything and anyone else. That is the feeling that those women chase. So what's so funny is men like him want to go around having all these chicks, sir. That's what they don't care about, get pregnant and send your ass on. That's why they don't care that there's so many of them. That's why they don't mind sharing you, because they're not even satisfied anyway. That's why. Delvez, you don't have a vagina, so you don't know. I cannot stand when men say, oh, you're reaching now. Shut up. You don't understand the psychology of a woman. Okay, talking about I'm reaching how? Have you ever seen this is how a lot of women get raped? Once that D get hard, he want it. That's why they say a woman can change her mind and consent in the middle of it. And while it's hard, you know how hard it is for a man where he got an erection and a woman tell him no, he is there ready to go, and the woman say, I changed my mind, stop. It's men that say, F that, ain't no stopping now. So I know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, if you one of them men who ain't satisfying women, then just say that. But these women are not desiring that man. They are desiring desire. They are desiring to be desired. Because outside of opening her legs, men are not checking for you. They don't want to hear what you got to say. They don't care about your well-being. They don't care because you have nothing beside that. So that's why women will still sleep with trash men, with trash D, because a woman has to be desired.
Just my status and like health, spirituality, and mentality. So again, I can, in that sense, I'm like, oh, he just going wrong on everybody. It's like, that's usually not the scenario, but also.
You heard what he said? Oh, Nick just going raw on everyone. That man said that's usually not the scenario. And y'all can't see the video. So I wish I could put the video up so you could see his body language. His body language is extremely important during this because he's showing himself lying. He's showing every time he lies. That man said, people tell me, oh, I just go around raw dogging everyone. This fool said that's usually not the case.
So when there's certain conversations that a lot of people don't talk about, where there's certain people in this world who interact differently sexually than others. And
the monogamy conversation is very, very interesting. Do you think you'll ever get to a point, do you think you might come back and be like, no, I do want to be with one person?
See, because then if this is the idea, and I was going to lead into this, being with one person, right? That usually we just talking about sex. When you
marriage.
No, it's marriage.
Marriage.
So okay, when you talk about marriage, you're talking about the business of marriage, because marriage is a business, it's a contract, right?
I mean, I think it's a soul tie too. I mean, when you
that's
find
a
the right
covenant.
person.
That's a covenant.
Okay.
So, and just like when we get biblical and all that, there's several.
Marriage isn't a covenant? I thought marriage was a
No, I'm
covenant.
saying it's a
Okay.
if you break down what the Bible is talking about, it's talking about covenants. It's not talking about multiple businesses. Like, Solomon wasn't in 700 business contracts with these women. He had covenants. He had wives, and therefore, it's now, and that's how you break it down when you get into the Hebrew terms of what that word in the Bible speaks of. Now, I'm not.
Let me tell you something that I can't stand. Ooh, this grinds my gears. Ooh, is for a Negro to bring up King Solomon. Oh my God. Do not bring him up. Negroes will not worry about nothing about no Bible, no nothing. Won't follow nothing else that Bible teaching you to do. But then all of a sudden, when it comes to talk about being a man, focusing, having a family, now all of a sudden, y'all pull that Bible out and go over to the story of King Solomon. King Solomon said, leave him out of this. He said, that was a long time ago. He said, y'all are not on his level. And he said, stop bringing me up. And when you go talk about the Bible, he said, stop doing that. He told me, he called me. And he said, tell these Negroes to stop bringing me up. Can y'all stop doing that? The reason why Nick has on this hat and this hoodie in the summer is because he looks sickly. Okay? He's falling apart. So he's covering himself up as much as he can. That's why he's wearing them turbans and them hat. He's covering himself up as much as he can because he looks like he's dying. He looks like he is not going to make it. He looks sick. That is why he has on a hoodie and a hat, and it is 100 degrees outside.
I'm looking to be in a bunch of bad businesses. I don't need a bunch of bad business relationships, because that's what. Now, if we're talking about the covenants, we can create our own covenant, and based off of everything that you desire, we can hold true to these things. And I would definitely be in covenant with people. But when you talk about monogamy is usually sex. And when you think about things with health, and you think about things that you're actually promising, I'm only for you, you only for me. Correct. I don't feel like that's a truth of mine. I can want that, I can desire that, and I don't even expect that of the young lady in that sense, to where I know things happen. Hopefully I can continue to give you all your heart's desires, but it's going to be a point where that those chemicals ain't gelling like they were at some moment now, and we'll deal with that. But I'd much rather have someone as a companion, as a friend for life. When you think about it, we got friends since kindergarten. Hey, that's my dog and multiple friends. We're not just allowed to have monogamous friendships, but when you break it about sex, and to me, I'm not moved by sex. I don't make decisions off of sex. I probably have some of.
Bro, I'm leaving. Stream over. Stream over. Stream over. Right there. Did y'all hear him? Oh my God! Did y'all hear him? Did y'all catch that? That fool said he's not moved by sex. What? Can we just get through the rest of this video, because I just bury me with my ancestors at this point. I can't.
And I've explored this to the sense to where it's like, oh no, if and I tell off top, if it's about your vagina, we can take that off the table from the gate, because now I can really get to know you. Because now clearly the world knows I have enough access to vaginas. So let me really break down where we at with this. So I feel like some of my strongest relationships with women. We in our 40s now, like when we get later on in life and they ain't even working the way it is.
You're gonna need that one. You're gonna need that one to hold you down.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, who can I go to the movies with? You know what I mean? Who can I sit in the swing and watch the?
Wait a minute. I don't know where to start. Not you saying that pretty much you gonna slang D until it doesn't work anymore. And then you're gonna want to settle down with a woman that you can go to the movies with.
The seagulls fly with I'd rather focus in that direction and figure out who can I solely.
Y'all remember the video I did about what that video was called? So y'all gotta look at some of my older videos, because honey, I be talking about this stuff before it even happens. And people tell me I be crazy when I talk about certain things until stuff like this come up, and they're like, 60 say that I ain't crazy and things I be saying. Listen, I be knowing what I'm talking about. I have worked around men for almost a decade. I don't heard some wild stuff. I don't piece together so much stuff, so many common grounds, so much all this. Honey, I be knowing what I'm talking about. Y'all remember that video I did called Men Use Sex to Discipline Us. Be careful who you lay with. And I told you, what did I tell y'all in that video? What kind of guy is the worst type of monster? You know who the worst type of guy is? The guy that was lame and then came up with some money. Oh my God. Those are the worst male archetypes. Avoid them at all costs. Because y'all got to remember, Nick Cannon lame. AF. Nick Cannon is lame. He is not cool. He's not in the jocks, the cool guy. He is not in that group. This nigga's lame. And I told y'all the worst men, I've never really seen these men turn out to be quality, are the men that were lame and then they come up on some money. Because in their mind, it's look at me now. Look at me now. And what they don't know is that you still lame. Now you just lame and rich. But then they have a vendetta for the world. And those are the men where it be like nobody, literally nobody, not one soul. I'm talking about not one single person, them. I'm gonna show y'all, I'm gonna fuck all these bitches, and I'm gonna show y'all, and I got that is their story the rest of their life. Now, the man who always been cool, always got chicks, always been that dude, he gets some money, now that's when he become like, woo, he was already that dude, now he got that bag. But them niggas that was lame, and I gotta say, I'm from Florida, and so I gotta make this face when I say lame. Like I gotta, we be like, you a lame man. Well, you a lame man. So that's why I say lame. I gotta do this when I say lame. So you was a lame ass nigga then, and now you a lame nigga with money. Because him talking about, well, you know, I know the world know it ain't no secret that getting vagina is not hard for me. Sir, Nick, I'm gonna keep it with you, Nick. I'm gonna tell you now. Okay, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. There is nothing about you whatsoever that make a woman, Nick Cannon, ladies, matter of fact, don't take my word for it. Watch this. Ladies, put a 1 in the chat. Now, take Nick's money out of it. Take the money out of it. If you see Nick Cannon as himself, as a regular guy on the street, put your hand up in the chat if you would see him and you would think, whoo, and your poom poom heat ups and your poom poom I tingle. Let me know if you saw him, if you would be like, yes, boy, that man right there, woo, boy, listen, he could get it. Let's wait for some hands to appear. Put the hand up like this. If Nick Cannon, you would think to yourself, yeah, oh, he could get it tonight. I just saw a tumbleweed go by. I just heard a cricket. Not one. Come on, ladies. Ladies, not one of y'all would have seen Nick Cannon and thought to yourself he could get it. One sister, I thought somebody was gonna say something. Not one. I mean, I'm with y'all. Boy, for me, he don't move me at all. Nothing down here tingles, melts, not a nothing. So I was just wondering if maybe one of y'all. So you see, for him to say, well, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure the world know by now it ain't no problem for me to get vagina. Sir, let me tell you the other part of this. Again, we talk about a man conquering a woman. The man has to really conquer the woman in more ways than just physical for him to feel satisfied. The reason why Nick cannot keep it in his pants is because he lame, number one, and for number two, deep down inside of himself, okay, when no one's looking, when he's on his own, deep down he knows these women don't really love me, care about me, nor would they be dealing with me if I didn't have this bread. He knows. So essentially, these men, they think, oh, I'll get some money. Then when I get some money, I'm going to slay all these hoes and it's going to be fun. They don't know it actually won't be fun. What's fun as a man is when you can get these women and they dealing with you because you just that dude. You just do it for them. Okay? Now that will be satisfying for you as a man. But when you sit in there, you know, tricking off and busting chicks down, and they're only doing this to get a child support check, you're not going to feel like you did anything. You're not. It's not going to be satisfying. As a man, you will be satisfied when you have to hunt, pursue, and capture the prey. You ever see a lion, when a lion catches an antelope and he puts it in his mouth and it proudly trots back over to eat? That's what the man got to feel. But when you know that these chicks are only here because of that bread, that's why you're not satisfied, my nigga. That's why you have to. That's why you get out of one, you into the next. And you wonder why you still don't feel fulfilled. That's why, because, bro, I'm going to tell you right now, none of these women are checking for you. You're not fine. You're not sexy. You're not none of that. You don't turn any of us on. Not a single woman. It's 350 people in here. Not a single woman in here said they would give it to you. Only women dealing with you is for that money. So if you didn't have that money, you'd be a regular guy where you would have to depend on your personality or you being funny to make a woman fall in love with you and be with you. And you need to be happy with that. But because you have this money, now you feel all of a sudden that you can't be monogamous. But then wonder why you miserable.
Have sex with one. I'm not moved by it. So like, again, those constructs don't really. I don't think about that.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, boy. It's men out here who can't commit to one woman that's listening saying, that nigga spitting this morning. That nigga Nick spitting.
All the men with no sexual self-control. That's why I'm telling y'all why we have to have these conversations. Trust and believe. Now, see, here in our tribe, the men here, you know, us here, y'all know us over here. We are the non-hurt group. We're not hurt over here. We don't do that hurt stuff here. Okay. So for the men and women here, we may not subscribe to this type of mentality, but understand that there is Negroes that is going to listen to what he's saying and is going to think, oh, well, shoot, you know what I'm saying? He do it and it seemed like he all right, so I'm going to do it too. Trust and believe. Oh, there's Negroes somewhere listening to this that's like, yup, I'm with it. Trust.
I don't disagree with what you're saying because you have the right to live that way. Yeah, it don't work for me. I love
again, I respect and salute, and I'm gonna rock with y'all for a minute. Anyone who can be in an honorable relationship, because again, if we want to go back to the Bible, it speaks of marriage should be exalted. And when you think about things that should be exalted, and it only can work through the hierarchy and the order of God. That's why I say marriage has to be ordained and has to. I understand that because
he's a Libra. Nick Cannon is a Libra. It all makes sense. He a Libra. Boy, them Libras lie like there is no tomorrow. He a Libra and a narcissist. I'm triggered.
That's something. It's not easy to do. If it's exalted, I'm like, dang, I could never do that. That's not for the ad. Just like everybody can't be a priest. Everybody. And so when I believe when two come together and become one, that's powerful. That's blessed by God. You can't do it by yourself.
Oh, don't bring God into this, sir.
I'm here on that grind trying to move how I move. I know that I'd have to fully dedicate. I've been in that scenario and I understand where you gotta pray together. You gotta lock in. You gotta be on the same frequency and wavelength at all times. My energy is so all over the place. It's difficult for me to do that. But when I see it, I'm like, that's success.
I mean, for me, I learned from the elders. I watched my father and I watched the mistakes he made. And the mistakes he told me he made. You know what I mean? So for me, I didn't want to make those same mistakes. So I wanted to just pour into my wife, be faithful to my wife, commit to my wife and my family. And that's...
Oh my God, y'all. Charlemagne is saying something substantial. Oh my God. The world is about to end. Charlemagne is saying something of truth and substance. Oh my God. We are surely in the last days. If Charlemagne the God can get on here and actually say something true and beneficial and healthy. Oh my God.
for me, it made my life a whole lot better.
And it's interesting because I look at, all of our situations, and, none of us are perfect, but when you have a woman that's willing to say, you know what, I will stand next to this man for the rest of his life. Like, that's so honorable. That's so beautiful. And then we owe that to them. And when we talk about our elders, when I look at everybody from my pops, my grandpas, cats on the block, when it's you, the one that you say, man, he's had my back forever.
16.
She watched me do the dumb shit. She watched me think this, that. That's when you be like, wow, I wish I had that.
Now we are starting to see. Okay. I'm starting to get hurt ass nigga vibes. Okay, now little truths is starting to come out. Okay, now we're starting to see that it's giving, I don't think that I am worthy or good enough to have a woman commit to me loyally and faithfully for life. So my defense mechanism will be that I'm just going to slang D and hurt as many other people as I can because I'm hurt and I don't think I'm worthy. I don't think I'm worthy of a woman sticking by me that I can trust and do right by me for the rest of her life. See, now you see how the hurt start coming out. So it's not that you are happy out here slinging D about to be paying child support to 12 different households. You have no self-worth. Low key, that's what I say, boy, I'm sorry. Low key, every man, you want you a good woman that gonna stick by you, be with you, but a lot of y'all don't think it's possible for you. All right, see, now we starting to hear the truth coming out.
Because of my scenario, those ain't really out there for me. For you. Right?
You see what we just said? Ooh, Shakana. If I said it once, I said it twice. Men that cannot keep in their pants are insecure. Listen to what now we getting somewhere.
I mean, like every time somebody meets me and sees me, they already have a
You've been Nick Cannon for a long time.
I'm thinking like, dang, who was in the 4th grade that I you know what I mean? Like I don't have a woman in my life that's had my back. Wow. From day one, who rock with me through the bullshit.
And that's the reason you feel that way. Because like Charlamagne and I've been with my wife since she was 15. I was 16.
Right.
So she's been there before DJ Envy, before the money.
That's
when we just
amazing, man.
Going to the bodega, getting now ladies and drinking quarter waters.
That's a blessing from God, man. Everybody can't have, the small percentage of that power of that's other kind of love. Fuck what the world say, I'm you, you me. Right? I don't have the I'm you, you me. Everybody is like, I think I could be what you want. I'm like, I'm cool by myself. You know what I mean? Like,
wow, I never thought about it from your perspective, but that makes so much sense. I've been with my wife 23 years.
And that's why
but you've been Nick Cannon for how long? 28 years, 30 years.
So when I see that, I'm like, I wish that was available. And even like probably when
you heard what he said. You heard what he said. He said, I wish. Okay. So that is why, okay. So now it's making sense. This is why in his mind, he wants to go around hurting as many people as he can. He is hurt. This man is hurt. Now I'm curious. Have you ever heard Nick Cannon talk about his mama? Now that I'm thinking about it, I've never heard him talk about his mom. Now I'm curious to know, what is Nick Cannon's relationship with his mom? Let me do some investigating while we continue. But this is going to lead me into another video I wanted to do. Well, I am going to do. And the video was going to be called, If His Mama Was Like This, Then He Will Be Like This. And I'm going to do a video for you ladies, and we're going to talk about how a man's relationship with his mother affects the type of guy he is, because it always affects the type of guy that he is, because the mother is the first teacher. So then you got to wonder, what did his mother teach him? So now, okay, all right, see, this is all right. I'm seeing what's going on here.
We came from that same spot. Like, neither one of us have that, so maybe we can create that for each other for as long as we can. But we kind of know. I met you when you was grown. You met me when I was grown. You know what I mean? We could try to turn it into this, but if we really talk about with them lifelong covenants, it starts from a foundation of like, you knew me when I didn't even know me. You know what I'm saying? We grew together, and I'll never have that.
How many more babies do you want, Nick? That's what I want to know. How many more babies?
It's not. I love kids, so
I love kids too. I think kids keep you young. It keeps you on your P's and Q's. It keeps you wanting to do more. But when you're 70 and you have a 1-year-old, how are you gonna run around with your kids?
I'm a follower of Dr. Sabi. Documentary coming soon.
We're gonna talk about it.
But nah, I mean, I probably won't go this far, but like when you think about he was in his 80s with a before he passed and had a 2-year-old. So that's extreme, but my life is extreme. But I probably say I definitely feel like I'm probably gonna stop yearning for children probably in the next. I like even after 45. They say that's then just even the process of going through a healthy pregnancy, like you check the boxes, like is the father of your child 45 or under, like it's a certain age that even as men, like say we can have them forever, but I'll probably in my mind say 40 slow down, but I just the idea.
Yeah, because y'all men be thinking y'all can have kids until whatever. You do not understand that your sperm does affect the health of that child. And y'all also think you can have kids forever, but y'all don't understand is that as you get older, see, when you younger, you can hit women with them one hitter quitters, but as you get older, that sperm ain't sperming like it was normally. So I don't know why men be thinking they just got forever. No, the hell y'all don't. Baby gonna come out looking old. Baby gonna come out with a mortgage. Okay, y'all be 50 years old talking about, I'm ready to settle down now. Nobody want to have no old ass baby with you. Baby gonna come out old. Baby gonna come out with glasses, gray hair, a cane. Oh, hell no. Baby gonna come out elderly. Baby coming out with a senior citizen discount, old asses. Side note, I am trying to Google information about Nick Cannon's mom, and there's not much information that comes up, which is also very interesting.
For these kids, I can be the best father I could be. Why not, continue to do it? But I'm not out here seeking either. I'm not out here trying I'm trying to get to a number. We joke about it, but I don't have a problem with, producing new life and making sure that life is set up in a way that it can be as abundant and as prosperous as possible.
I'm sitting there thinking, I wonder how many women feel like that. How many women feel like, well, I really don't want to be with one man. I think they wonder. I think they all feel like that. I don't think. Don't say that.
Because we break this down, and I wish we had some women here that actually chime in, but
we do. But she's still out here in these streets, so I ain't no need to bring her in.
But I would say that
y'all heard what he said about Angela Yee. Did y'all hear that? Y'all remember the video, my last video I did, where I said that society sees single women as being for the streets. It does not have to figuratively mean or literally mean that you are out here, what the hell? It doesn't literally mean that you're out here slanging around town, but for the streets, meaning you're not up under a man's protection. Y'all heard what Charlamagne just said? He said something about, we need to ask Angela. And he said, but we don't need to ask her because she's for the streets. All right. Y'all keep thinking. Well, y'all keep thinking this again. Your big sister be trying to tell y'all. Y'all be wanting to listen to me.
The concept of comfort is what we all seek. We love women who can make us feel comfortable and make us, cater to whatever, whether it's an egotistical surface level or spiritually. And then women seek that same thing. So if I tell anyone I'm involved with, if I'm no longer making you comfortable, then find what makes you comfortable. Whether comfort could be in safety, protection, laughter, healing. If you find somebody like he's provided a house where I'm comfortable. When he walks into the room, I feel safe. All of those things. And the only reason why, if we're doing our job properly, then if we're providing as much comfort as possible, a woman's gonna be good. But soon as there's a void, soon as like if you ain't dicking her down right, if she feels like she needs more time, if she feels like she needs more money, she's gonna go find that. And that's the thing about us. Our comfort.
You see, it's all from a mindset of lack. Now, I'm going to try to find some information on his mom because I don't see much information on his mom, but everything he speaks of is, well, you know, if you ain't doing her right, or, well, you know, if you ain't got enough this for her, if you ain't this, it all makes sense now. He does not think that he's enough. Woo!
It's usually physical. She can give me a good massage, she can give me a good head, all of that stuff. That's a dime a dozen. But a true provider, it's not a lot of men out there to do that. So that's why that construct is you normally, because if a woman steps out, she's making a strong effort to go find what she desires. A man is like, wait, whatever. It's easier. So that's why I believe you probably see us out there in the streets a little bit more. Because a woman's just a little bit more strategic.
Yeah, I say women. If a woman steps out, it's usually for emotional reasons.
Okay, so that's pretty much the end of them talking about what need to be spoken about. Listen, we have got to, and I say this all the time, we have got to start as a people putting our children as a priority. We as grown adults, okay, especially as grown Black people, most of us in my generation prior, a lot of us came out messed up. I'm gonna keep it real. Most of us not married, got kids out of wedlock, scarcity mindset, scared mindset, all type of issues. Okay, so we have to take a step back and say, all right, the way that all this went for us did not turn out so well. It just, again, you don't see the results until these people are grown. People see kids when they're 5 years old, you know, watching Sesame Street and think, oh, they're fine. No, you don't know that you effed up until they're grown. We in my generation, my peers, we have got to come forward and say, all right, this did not work out too well. This did not lead us to a healthy place. We have to recalibrate. Young brothers, I want you to understand, yes, I am a millennial. Oh my God, someone said his mom had him at 44. You can get pregnant at 44? He said, my mom had me at 44. I'm 25 and now she's 69 and very ill. If you have kids older, please take care of yourself. Ooh, he said, oh my God. He said, please take care of yourself because I need her guidance the most, but I'm taking care of her. Wow. Why would you have a child at 44? Like, oh, it's a girl. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, baby. I did not mean to call you that. I'm so sorry. You can have a baby at 44? Tanisha said, oh my God. Tanisha said, my grandma had my aunt at 49. What? What? Oh my God. My mom had my bro at 46. What? Someone said that's not unusual for Black women. Now that is true, because all those fertility statistics they give us, that do not apply to us, honey. That be applying to them. But wow. I'm sorry. Maybe I just haven't seen it that often, but I didn't know. I'm over here at 32 thinking, do I really want to have kids at this age? F that. I'm great. F that. I'm good now. Wow. I'm like, oh, 32. Do I want to have kids at 32? Because I'm stuck in between this. Do I want to have kids, or do I want to go travel the world and buy nice cars and go through a midlife crisis early? I don't know. But now I'm kind of like, oh, 32? I can get 32. All right. Okay, I'm good. Never mind. But it just helped me out. I don't have them feelings no more. I'm fine then. Okay. Shoot. Wow, that's amazing. My mom had my little sis at 43. Yo, y'all are blowing my mind right now. I'm serious. I seriously have been feeling like, oh my God, I'm 32. I probably shouldn't have had no more kids. Da, da, da. I was really feeling like that. But now I'm really like, oh, psh, F that. I'm good. Wow. My grandma had 13 kids. Her last child was at age 42. Wow. I am just... Frequency Queen said I had my first at 33. Wow. Wow. Well, that just really was great for me. Someone said it's the bags under his eyes for me. Yes, Nick looks terrible. He looks sick. He looks like he's dying. He looks awful. I don't know if it's just he's sick, or I don't know if it's the ancestors that's punishing him. I don't know. Because the point is, ladies and gentlemen, we have got to start teaching boys that their seed is valuable. Okay? We do not teach boys to value their semen and their phalluses. We don't. We teach boys that any girl that want it can get it. Okay? We teach these boys, oh, you're not meant to be with one woman. Okay? Teaching boys, we need to teach these boys the most valuable thing that you possess is your seed. It is not just the woman's whose sexual organs and whose womb is valuable. We need to start teaching young boys your seed is valuable. And no, every wild and out model and Instagram model that you pass by does not get it. It is supposed to be an honor for a woman to carry your seed. It is not, you see when Nick said, they made the decision. I ain't had nothing to do with it. No, young man, that is not how it goes, young brothers. You decide who you give your seed to. Understand, a man can rip a woman's legs open and force himself inside of her and impregnate her. Understand that. But understand, young brothers, nobody can force your legs open and take your sperm and your semen and impregnate themselves. What does that mean? That means that you hold the real power. Okay? And you young brothers need to know this. You do not spread your seed to a woman talking about, well, it was up to her and she said she wanted to. The woman that gets your seed is supposed to be vetted, proper, and her getting your seed should be intentional. It is a disgrace as a man to give a woman your seed by accident. It is a disgrace as a man to get a woman pregnant by accident. God did not set you up for you to impregnate someone by accident. This is why no one can force your legs open and take what you have to offer. You have to have an erection first. Your child producing fluids are deep in your body for a reason. Brothers, please do not listen to Negroes like this, young brothers. Okay? Child support is a real thing. A woman will sit and play up under you all day and ha, kid, and yeah, I want to have your baby. Yeah, and then when that child drops and that mask start to come off, understand it doesn't matter. Nick's net worth is 30 million. And even with a net worth of 30 million, this man is not going to make it financially if he continues to have all these children. You got to also understand this. The way the court system is set up is they look at you in your entirety as a man. So when a judge, and God forbid it's a female judge, sees that you are going around abusing, because understand this is abuse, but y'all see someone like Nick Cannon and think he can't be abusive. Yes, the hell, he is 100% an abuser. And the worst part about it is he's abusing his own children. Not only that, let's even hope all these kids really are his kids. Because if you're having sex with that many women, that means you cannot keep track and keep dibs on what these women are doing. So I won't be surprised if some of these women that did terminate or whatever probably wasn't even sure it was even his. Okay? Understand this. The judge sees that you out here wilding. That's why he got a show called Wilding Out, because you wilding out in real life, sir. Your life is wilding out. You could cancel the show, because you could really just get cameras and have us follow your real life and show you wilding out, because you're playing Russian roulette with your real life. Now you over here in the summertime with a hat and a hoodie on because you can't even show your skin and your hair because you're so sickly looking. You're 40 with looking 60 years old. You look old, sir. Because that is what is putting a toll on you with all these women, all these spirits, and all these demons. Oh yes, PJ Washington is another example of it. And you see what PJ Washington going through with one. Can you imagine PJ Washington doing that times 12? Understand this. You as a man will never make it where you want to be in life if your income is spread to other households. And when a judge sees you moving so recklessly, guess what they do? They make an example out of you. So when a judge come up, okay, looking at your cases, you got 8 other child support cases, the judge going to rip you a new one just because they see that you have no respect for yourself. Therefore, they will not respect you either. It will be impossible for you to get ahead and get where you want to be financially in life if your income is consistently being spread amongst dozens of households, because that's the direction he's going to. Understand that these women, they're not your wife and you give them your seeds. Always think about this. Who is this woman? What is her character? What are her morals like? Because if you're not going to be with this woman, you need to be sure that this woman has the right mindset, ability to say no, set boundaries, to where when you have a new man in the house with your child, that your children will be safe. Okay. My best friend was killed by her boyfriend, shot at her house with her other 2 sons by 2 different men home. And these 2 men had their children in the home with her. Meanwhile, there's a man in this house shooting the place up, but not sexually, literally. You will be surprised how much abuse comes from your baby mama's boyfriends. The baby mama boyfriend is usually the number 1 culprit. Understand this, brothers. It is very beta and very weak for a man to be okay and content with another man in the home raising his children. That is not natural. It is not normal. Okay. It should not be that you didn't even try. You ain't even try to marry this person. You ain't even try to be with this person. And you just willy-nilly giving your sperm out to these different women who are going to have Tom, Dick, and Harry in the house with your children. That is the aspect about this I really want you brothers to think about. If this woman did not make a great decision with you, What makes you think the next man would be a good decision? Meanwhile, your daughter is home with her. Okay. Young brothers, just because a man has money does not mean that he's right. I don't want you young brothers to see a man, oh, he got this, he got that, so he must know what he's talking about. No. It's a lot of men with money that they still lame, still horrible decision makers, still horrible character, horrible no self-control. Okay? Understand, having children is a long-term game. People literally get caught up with children between the making the baby, the cute little baby shower and gender reveal. Then there's all this excitement towards leading up towards actually giving birth to the baby. You have the baby, everyone is fawning over the baby. The baby's so cute. You're unwrapping all the gifts. It's fun, but understand, after that process is over, this is a real human being. Matter of fact, this is a real human being that is an extension of you, that will have to live its life. When your children grow up, they will have questions. They will. Now, I know for a lot of us, we were raised with the Black parent starter kit households where anytime we try to ask our parents a question or hold them accountable, our parents, oh my God, you're so ungrateful. And I kept a roof over your head and I took care of you. And then we never get the answers to the questions we really had. Thank you, ma'am. After you sit and do all that about how, oh my God, I put a roof over your head and this and the third, after you're done with all that, we would like to know, ma'am, why did you leave my mom? Or why did you leave my dad? Why were y'all so immature that you couldn't put your own stupid, petty feelings aside to be together, to make sure I knew who both of you were and had both of y'all in the house? After your parents do all that guilt tripping, oh my God, how could you? Or your daddy be like, man, boy, don't question me. I'm a grown ass man. I don't need to question me. After the parents do all that, do we all ever get answers to the questions we have? No. Which is why what? Why so many people in my generation, we do what? We tolerate our parents and we love them because they're our parents. If they were not our parents, we would not care for these people. We would not think they were good people. We would not be drawn to them. My generation, that's what we've been told. Keep your head down, shut up. They put a roof over your head, and that's still your mom. That's still your dad. That's getting old. It's coming to a point where everyone is going to have to be accountable for what they do. And them days of, oh, I put a roof over your head, that shit is dead. It's over with. No, we want real answers. So are you prepared to bring these children into the world where they're going to grow up and it take time? Some parents, again, 15, 20 years go by before these questions start coming up. But they will come up. And do you want to have to explain to your children, well, the reason why I had 12 of y'all by 12 different women is because I was living my truth. And I had to do what made me happy. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't be monogamous. I couldn't get married. That was a white man contract. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I had you here in LA and this one in New York and this one. And that's why, you know what I'm saying? I tried my best. You don't want to be stuck explaining to your children like that. Hey, one thing I feel very good about is when I have conversations with my teenage son about myself, about his dad, I can have honest, open, confident dialogue with him about how he got here, why we had him, why it did not work out. I got receipts for everything. I can 100% look him in the eye and say, I tried my best. I did my best. I was honest with him about the circumstances in which he came into this world. And it's a damn good feeling when you can look at your child in their eyes and say, I tried to do everything right. I did my very best. But you don't want to move like this, where you won't be able to look your kids in them eyes when they become teenagers and begin to wonder about this. Okay? Please do not just follow young brothers. Do not follow a man because you're like, oh, he got money, he know what he's talking about. No, you have to examine the character of a man, and you have to think about things long term. Okay, this is not it. Our next video that we do is going to be about these hoes that are actually letting men like this shoot their club up for a check. Because just like Nick is going to have to explain to these children why he did what he did, let me tell you right now, so are the women. And how you going to look your daughter in the eye and tell your daughter, well, yeah, I was baby mama number 8 with your dad, and I was a wild and out girl. We wasn't together. We was just nothing but, you know what I'm saying? I was a wild and out girl. I didn't have no talent, no skills. I had to secure the bag. So I let your dad shoot up my club, you know, and that's how you got here. Do y'all women, how are y'all, you know, again, that's going to be a different video. We'll talk about that. But we all as a people need to be more focused on the children. Most of us, we already messed up. It's a lost cause. A lot of us is gone beyond repair. So what we need to start doing is holding each other accountable more when it comes to creating healthier kids, because we cannot just have it be that we messed up. So we just like, oh, well, the kid's going to be messed up too. We have got to start not having any understanding when it comes to grown people. You got your issues and whatever, you do what you do. But what you're not going to do is bring the kids into it. Fight your demons by yourself. Can y'all please stop using kids to fight your demons? Can you please stop using having kids to make yourself feel better? You unstable AF. You need therapy AF. You messed up AF. Can we stop feeling unfulfilled? So your solution to feel fulfilled and feel like you did something is to bring an innocent child into it. Can we please stop doing that? Everything else, I ain't got nothing to say, because again, we all got our own things we're working through. All I ask is, can we please, for the love of God, stop bringing these kids into it, please? Okay. I love you all. I'm probably going to do an uploaded video tomorrow, so y'all make sure y'all check that out. I'm going to be doing my uploaded video about why feminine women should never practice attachment to a man. I'm not going to do that video in a live stream because I don't want people doing a bunch of commenting. That the concept behind that post I made, if y'all saw the post on my Instagram where I talked about feminine attachment, is so complex. I'm not doing that on a live stream. I'm doing on an uploaded video where people have no choice but to shut up and listen to it all the way through so they can see, because it can definitely is a very complicated, layered concept that can go way over people's heads. So I'm going to discuss it and go into detail about it, but it will probably be an upload that I will upload mañana. Okay, I love you all very much. Please like the video. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for the cash apps. Thank you for supporting Black content creators, especially Black women content creators, because we are at the bottom of this content creation totem pole, child, and we appreciate all the support. And I appreciate you all for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to the video. And do not forget to hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I go live. And y'all have a good night.